Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So doing a little personal project here. This is my 2009 Ford Flex. I bought it needing some work. It needed front suspension work, rack and pinion, a mirror. The front blower motor resistor was bad. Got 150,000 miles on it, so you know it's your typical 150,000 mile car. But it needed a rack and pinion. And as you can see, I got it out. Now, this is for anybody who has a Ford Flex, a Ford Edge, or something similar with this platform. Like, let's see. I think this might work for the Taurus as well, from like 2010 and up. Don't quote me on that. In the book, or if you look it up on All Data, or if you look it up on Mitchell on Demand, whatever repair thing you use, or even in the Ford manuals, like if you're like a Ford technician, if you have access to those, it tells you that you have to drop the subframe in order to change a rack and pinion on this vehicle, which is not true whatsoever. Not even in the slightest. I mean, you know, imagine how much of a bitch it would be to change a rack and pinion on one of these if you had to drop the subframe. Let me see if I can find my little stool I use to sit on. I'll give you a good shot and see. If not, I'll just figure something out. Man, how do you lose a stool in a little small garage? But anyway, so as you can tell, rack and pinion, the old one is right here. This one was leaking. The seals go bad in these. It's a really common failure, and typically it's passenger side that fails. You start pissing fluid out. But what you do not have to drop the subframe. If you look, subframe is still all intact. What you do, this is a new rack and pinion I got from a junkyard used. Truck only had like 50,000 miles on it, so it even has newer tie rod ends on it too, so I'll be lucky and I won't have to change those. What you do, disconnect your sway bar links, okay? Disconnect them. Your sway bar, you disconnect on both sides, but your sway bar, if you look, typically your sway bar is down like this. You know, everything's, that gives you the idea of how everything looks. You disconnect both sway bar links, rotate it back, pull up as far as you can get it. You hear that clunk? Right there, you're maxed. Then you take, it's a 15 millimeter wrench on top. It's a bolt that goes through the frame. 15 millimeter nut, or a ratchet wrench on top, or a wrench. 18 millimeter nut on the bottom with an impact. Boom, boom, buzz them out. There's a, right here. See if I can find it on this one. Probably won't be able to because how dirty it is. But right here, this one's so dirty it's actually caked up. But there's a 10 millimeter here that holds the power steering lines stable to the rack. Then there's a 10 millimeter here to get the power steering line bracket off. You swing the bracket back, you wiggle the top one off, you wiggle the bottom one off. And then of course there's your steering shaft. It's a 10 millimeter. And obviously you disconnect your tie rod ends. Now what you do to get this out is when you pull it out back towards you this way, or better yet, when it's better to be laying on your back underneath because you're going to catch on, see if I can get in there. You see where that blue rag is? You see that AC line that's actually coming back and it's kind of angled and kicked out. You're going to get caught up on that. You're going to have to rotate the rack and pinion clockwise and wiggle it out, get it out of there, and you're gonna have to rotate it back and forth a couple times, almost like a key way to get a key into a door or something. You know, you got to get it right to get it to work. But it comes right in and out. Honestly, guys, this is like an hour job. It's not bad. It shouldn't charge more than, labor-wise, I wouldn't charge more than like 150 bucks labor time to do this. But I just wanted to show this is for everybody because I searched everywhere. I searched high and low for tips and tricks and stuff on how to get this out and if it was possible to be done without having to drop the subframe. And I actually had started to drop the subframe and I got to looking around at it and I'm like, you know what? Let's see if I can try and snake this out the side if I swing this sway bar out of the way. And sure enough, I could. So, just goes to show, man, don't listen to these repair manuals. And if you take this to a shop, they want $2,200 in labor to actually change just, damn bee, to just change the rack and pinion. So, and that's not even including price of the part. So, alright guys, I just wanted to upload this. Have a good one. Try and save some money. See ya.